You were alone when you crawled out of a wet, dark hole into this world. So if you want to travel it alone, you absolutely can and should. Welcome to this week's video where I will be dropping some insight on traveling alone and some responses to these common travel alone questions. Would it be safe? How am I gonna have a good time? What would I do? What if I get lonely? Not likely. This photo is from a tour I went on alone in Vietnam. What if I get bored? That's all down to your personality, mate. Let's start with reasons why you may want to travel alone. It could be that you have places you want to visit and nobody else is interested in going, but you still want to see those places. Or you've made plans with friends and family and they've pulled out on you, especially when it came to booking time. Darn that booking time. Something about it always gets people. Or you want to go on a personal adventure. You want to test yourself, you want to explore, you want to grow as a person. Your soul is yearning to grow and explore the world. I don't know. You can have all sorts of reasons. And you might be watching this video because you're not sure about how to go about it, or you just don't quite have the confidence to take the plunge. Well, I hope this video encourages you to take that plunge and let yourself free. Let's get down to it. I want to go over some of the benefits of traveling alone because it really is a beautiful thing. You get a sense of accomplishment from knowing that you can survive anywhere in the world. You grow as an individual, you learn more about yourself, you become more of your own best friend. You get to do things at your own pace. You can walk past all the things that you're not interested in, that usually you have to stop in front of. And then if you walk past something or you come across something which you are really interested in, you can stand in front of it and stare at it as long as you want, with no one to rush you. Go quicker. You talk to who you want. The benefits of traveling alone are endless, and everybody has their own reasons, and your age and background should have nothing to do with why you shouldn't be able to do it. Exploring this world is a lifelong journey. So let's get down to the tips. Research before you leave. And you want to research things such as what to do so that you can better plan your time whilst you're in a place. You'd also want to research things like the weather, which would help with packing and also planning what it is that you're going to do whilst you're there. You'd also want to research on traditions and customs. For example, if you're in Karnataka in India in the first week of December, don't be alarmed to see babies getting thrown off 50-foot temples onto sheets that are down below. They're not trying to kill the babies, it's not mass murder or anything, it's just a tradition that they have. Research things such as transport links, what the security is like in the place, and just other basic things that may be of interest to you. Would it be safe? Now, I can't answer this question for certain because it depends on the region you're going to, when you're going, how you conduct yourself, how much common sense you actually use, and a whole bunch of variables that I just don't know. However, what I can do is advise that you plan to arrive and leave your destination during the day, simply because less crime occurs during the day unless you're being pickpocketed, so watch out for them pickpockets. Avoid being alone in the dark at night. Avoid getting too drunk to the point where you're legless or you can barely tell what you're doing. You also want to avoid flashing valuables such as jewelry, name branded items, cameras, whatever other item you may have that would just attract other people wanting to make them theirs. Now, if somebody's being overly friendly, be very skeptical. For example, I was in Beijing in China going to the Forbidden Temple, and I came out at a train station and this lady walked up to me and started speaking to me in English. Now, I was shocked because when I was in China, I was like a celebrity. I mean, I had people walking up to me going, this one guy walked up to me and did that, and I didn't know how to handle the situation, so I went right back at him. But basically, they don't see black people, and yeah, everyone wanted a picture. I'm in so many family photos, and that's just another story. Anyway, this lady walked up, started speaking in English, and I was actually quite glad to be speaking to somebody else who spoke English. She then spoke about how she was a teacher in a small town and she was in Beijing to see the Forbidden Temple and sightsee. She wanted to have tea with me because she wanted to speak with somebody who was a native English speaker. Me being a naive, nice guy, I said yes. And we went to have tea, and it turns out she chose the most expensive tea shop I have ever been in my life. I mean, a cup of tea costs just as much as a bottle of vodka in a nightclub. Yes. And I suspected that was a scam, but I still paid. lack of thought. It was mostly to do with curiosity, to be honest. I assessed the situation and I thought, you know what, I reckon I can handle this if it all goes pear-shaped. Being 6'3" and a boxer does help in some ways. Anyway, I paid when we left the restaurant, and she came out with an excuse about how suddenly she had to shoot off and go somewhere else for whatever other reason. At this point, I thought, right, so the scam's officially over, I'm gonna go back and get my money. So I went back to the tea shop to request my money, to which they told me they wouldn't give to me. So I thought, alright, yeah, I can see what's going on here. And you ain't making any more money for the rest of the day unless I get my money back. I told them, I said, I'm gonna stay here, and anybody else who comes with somebody, I'm gonna tell them exactly what's going on. So eventually they gave me back my money and I shut off. But basically, if I had researched common scams in Beijing and China, just maybe I would have been wiser to this scam and I wouldn't have been victim to it. Well, almost. Avoid giving out personal information such as where you're staying, who you're traveling with, and also make photocopies of your passport. Ideally, you want to leave at least one copy with somebody back home. If you're going out of your passport, keep a photocopy back at the hotel or the hostel, or vice versa. It helps to look confident and look like you know where you're going. The more sure you look about yourself, the less likely you look like a target, or the less of a target you look like. I think that's, yeah, that's the correct saying. Right, look confident, look like you know what you're doing. I mean, don't hold the map up looking at it in front of everybody, because you don't know who's looking. Especially if you're on your phone. If you sit down somewhere looking at your phone, nobody has any idea what you're doing, and you can find out where you're going from there and then go off. If you're looking at a map, you may want to go into a restaurant or a bar or a shop even. Walk into a bookshop or any other type of shop, go in the corner, look at the map, work out what you're doing, come back out and keep going. Just make sure nobody's followed you in. What to do? Now, this is totally up to you. I mean, the possibilities are near enough endless. You can sunbathe till you look like me. You can run a marathon. You can throw tomatoes at people in Spain. You can dash coloured powder at people at a Hollywood festival anywhere in the world. You can bungee jump or something. Just be sure to research activities and the lifestyle, culture, nightlife and all sorts of other things in a place that you're going to, so you have a better idea of what to do. Just be adventurous, be bold, look in your bucket list. What is there to tick off your bucket list that you can tick off in the place that you're going to? Would I get lonely? Now, this is one of the biggest misconceptions of traveling alone. Because first of all, you're going to need to speak to people, because at some point you're going to need help or assistance. But besides that, being alone does make you more approachable, so more people would feel more comfortable coming to speak to you than they would have if you were in a group. You can also meet people going on trips, on tours. I've even met locals on trips and tours before, because locals also want to have a bit of fun. And if you're staying in a place like a hostel, you're more likely to meet people because you're around like-minded people who also want to meet other people regardless of whether or not they're in groups. Many hostels also would organize events, activities for the guests, and some hostels even have nightclubs. Am I gonna have a good time? Absolutely, you're gonna have a good time. Now, your personality does affect the type of good time you have, because introverts and extroverts tend to enjoy themselves in different ways, especially when alone around strangers. However, more than likely you will have a good time, especially if you follow all the insights and tips that I've given leading up to this point in this video. I hope this video has helped encourage you to take the plunge, go at it, book that ticket, make that journey on your own, explore the world on your own, be an adventurer. And just, if this video really does help you do that, I wish you all the best. I wish you have a splendid time. Drop a comment after and let us know how it went, how you enjoyed yourself, and any more tips you may have for anyone else. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like I said, I hope it's helped. If you've liked it, please like it. Please subscribe to this video for more videos like these on a weekly basis. Let's get the word around. I've been Umar, this has been adventumar. Thank you for watching. Peace out.